Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation. Today is the 16th of February, and it is a Friday. The moon is in Taurus still. It shifts into Gemini at 2:41 p.m. On the east coast of the U.S. So the morning has that sort of Taurus, slow and steady wins the race kind of energy. And then once the moon moves into Gemini, all bets are off. No. We get more active in a way, but mostly on a mental level. And there's a lot of energy out there. I'm sure y'all feeling it. So before the moon moves into Gemini, it does make its first quarter square to the sun. Of course, the sun is in Aquarius, as is Pluto, as is Mercury, as is Mars. And soon, today, Venus will move into Aquarius. First quarter moon, let's talk about that. First quarter moon, crisis in action. What is the crisis? What is the action? Like, what's the core of the action taken? On the seeds planted at the new moon in Aquarius, which, if we remember, was square Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus, of course, is in Taurus, sort of shaking the roots of everything we've come to depend on. But this first quarter square is about taking actions to help build foundations for the seeds planted at that 21st degree of Aquarius. Once the moon moves into Gemini, it starts to trine all the Aquarius planets. So trines are flowing. There's nothing really getting in the way of the energy of a trine. And so things happen, and they happen quickly. There's a lot of energy out there. We are dealing with the moon, so it is emotional. So the information that we're getting can affect us in an emotional way. We can utilize that information, however, to educate ourselves about certain situations. There's a lot of information coming out. In fact, it was just came out, I think, was it yesterday, that the person who said that the Bidens took $5 million each, I guess it was Hunter took 5 and Joe took 5, maybe, bribes, was actually lying and is now facing charges with the DOJ. So the whole impeach Joe Biden debacle, the prime, I guess, primus modus, the prime mover of that was this report that this guy Smirnoff, maybe he drank too much Smirnoff, said was the truth. He faces, if found guilty, I think 25 years in federal prison. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So that's just a small little lie. We also had to suffer what happened in Georgia with Fani Willis and her head prosecutor. The questions that were being asked by the lawyers of a known and found guilty rapist, a known and not quite found guilty serial cheater, a completely morally corrupt individual, is asking this woman and this man, who are under tremendous pressure, getting death threats, getting called the N-word, her getting called the C-word, all these words, right? Words do have power if you let them in. And this is the stuff that's out there, right? All the lies, all the hypocrisy, all of it being just spread out like peanut butter on toast, guys. There's going to be a lot more of that. And of course, those of us who knew all along. Those of us who haven't been paying attention, maybe they're getting a little information they didn't have before, and maybe they're making decisions. And for those who are true believers, it doesn't matter what you show them. It ain't going to change things. So I guess really all we can do is apply this to our own lives, right? So that's not enough, because there's one other thing I want to talk about, and that's the square between Mercury and Uranus. Mercury and Uranus have a special relationship. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. The last quarter square has the energy of Aquarius and Capricorn and Aquarius. It's a rebellious square. It's turning away from the past and looking to the future. And what actions, what needs to change in our mindset that's going to bring us to a more equal future. I don't know. I doubt there's much that has to change in your guys' mindsets. So we're just going to be observers to see if dawn has finally risen, or dawn has risen on Marblehead. All right, guys. So watch your nervous system today. Things are a little like Aquarian. So do your best to navigate. Make sure you get enough rest. Support your nervous system. Support your body. Support your own sanity. We are living in crazy times, and we are wild and crazy guys and gals. Have a great Friday. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.